Last time we finished this chapter number 14, and today we are going to start our last chapter, that is chapter number 15, The Hound of the Baskervilles, who wreaks havoc on the moors. Okay, so the name of our chapter is The Hound of the Baskervilles wreaks havoc on the moors. Okay, hound means it's a breed of a dog. Okay, hunting dog. Connect. What is a superstition you have heard of or believe in? Tell the class about it. So superstitions means false beliefs. Okay. So one of the false beliefs I tell you that when it's mostly we say that whenever we have to go for something for like an interview or for something else, and if a black cat passes by, we should turn back. We should not go for that work. Okay. We should not progress forward. But what should we do? We should go back to our home. That's wrong. Okay, there are some superstitions we should believe in. I'm not saying we must believe in, but there are some superstitions we should believe in. There are many superstitions. So as we have our time limit, your exams are near, so we have to this fasten our pace. So I think it's not possible to discuss all those superstitions here. So one of the superstitions I told you, that's black cat like situation. What we should not believe in such superstitions. Okay, yes, but there are some superstitions in which we should believe in. Okay, tell the class about it. So I have told you that it's about a black cat. Whenever it passes from this before when we have to go for some work and it passes before us, what we should do, we should not go back. What we should do, we should progress forward. Okay, so that we should not believe in superstitions. It's a kind of this reveals our ignorance. When we believe in superstitions, that believing in superstitions reveals that how much ignorant we are. So yes, but I am telling you that there are some superstitions we should believe in. I'm not saying we must believe in, but we should. So old people, whatever old people say, there is some logic to that things. Okay, there is some logic whatever old people say, like you should during night you should not go outside. Okay, whenever you go outside, you should take something in your hand or like that, or you should recite something. That is true in some cases. Okay, in some cases that is true. And old people where they had that broad vision about these things. Okay, so some superstitions are there in which we should believe in, but there are some superstitions in which we should not believe in. Okay, and better is if you don't believe in superstitions. Okay, it's better not to believe in the superstitions. So reflect. Make a list of all the things, sights, and sounds that scare you. Share your list with the class. So you have to make the list of things, or you have to make the list of sounds that scare you. Okay, that make you afraid. Imagine you come face to face with something that terrifies you. Describe what happened. So, for example, you come in face to face with a person or with a thing or with such situation of which you are very afraid. So, what would you do? You have to describe it. Okay. Before you read, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who was born in 1859 and died in 1930, was a British writer. Okay, he was a British writer. He was born in Edinburgh, Scotland. It was in school that he first discovered his talent for storytelling. So in school, he discovered that he had a talent of storytelling. While in medical school, he learned a lot about observation, logic, deduction, and diagnosis from his professor Joseph Bell. So while he was in medical college, he learned about observation, how to observe things, about logics, and about deductions. Deduction means to make something less. Okay, and diagnosis from his professor Joseph Bell, how to diagnose the things, how to diagnose a disease. Okay, all these qualities can be found in his most celebrated detective character, Sherlock Holmes. So all these qualities, whether it's observation, whether it's logic, whether it's deduction, or whether it's diagnosis, that he learned from Joseph Bell, and all these qualities, he has put all these qualities in his character Sherlock Holmes, who was a detective. Okay, he penned his first story, The Mystery of the Sasa Sasasa Valley while still in medical school. So first off, his first story was The Mystery of Sasasa Valley. He particularly wrote in the mystery genre. So he wrote in mystery genre. There are many genres like novel. You have this tragedy, comedy, epic novel. This tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy. So these are genres, okay, and poetry. Okay, there are many genres: novel, epic, sonnet. These are genres. These are called genres. Okay, so he wrote particularly in the mystery genre. A Study in Scarlet, which was written in 1887, The Sign of Four, which was written in 1890, The Hound of the Baskervilles, which was written in 1902, and his last book, which was written in 1917, are some of his widely read works. Many of his stories have been made into films and TV series. So many of his stories have been written in TV series. They have been made into TV series, or they have been films have been made out of them. The Hound of the Baskervilles was published in 1902. It's actually a novel, and which it was published in 1902. The novel pertains to the mystery genre. So the novel is actually what? Mystery genre. It falls in the category of mystery genre. The novel shows a case where the death of a Charles Baskerville unfolds mysterious events. So what is the novel? It shows a case where the death of Charles Baskervilles happens, and that death unfolds many mysterious events. Mysterious means what? Mysterious means which cannot be known. Okay. The life of Sir Henry, the heir to the Baskerville Hall, is in danger since the moor is haunted by a legendary hound. So the life of Sir Henry is in danger, which is the Sir Henry is the heir. Heir means varis. It's the heir to he is the heir to the Baskervilles, and he is in danger. Why? Because the moor is haunted by a legendary hound. A hound is a dog breed, okay, hunting dog breed. Here some incidents from the novel have been depicted. So we have this some of the incidents from the novel have been depicted in our lesson, okay. So dramatis personae. Dramatis personae, or we can read personae as well. Dramatis personae is actually a Latin word, and it means the mask of the drama. The masks of the drama. Masks means the characters, because whenever you perform in the drama, you wear another mask. You are acting, isn't it? That's not real you, but what actually you are doing, you are acting in the drama. Means you have put on a mask of any other character. Okay. So dramatis personae is Latin word. We can read personae as well, or we can read personae as well, whatever you want to. Okay. So what is the list? And dramatis personae means list of characters. Sir Charles Baskerville, Sherlock Holmes, Dr. John Watson, Sir Henry Baskerville, Cartwright, Inspector G. Lestrade, and Dr. John Mortimer. These are the dramatis personae of the Hound of the Baskervilles. Okay, so dramatis personae means the masks in the drama. The mask means what actually? Whenever you perform a drama, you wear a mask on your face. It's not the literal mask, but you act. Okay, that's not the real you. Okay, that's the character that you have been given. Okay, so we will stop here. We will continue this lesson tomorrow again. We will continue this lesson in next this lecture. Till then, stay at home, stay safe.